everybody. I'm Carlton Hoyt. I'm the Senior Vice President of Operations at Deepwaters. We are building the most fair and provably fair exchange ever created. But before I get into it, I'm going to give some of you a little bit of PTSD. Here, we have 4 companies that everybody thought was great last year, and we found out they're doing incredibly shady stuff. FTX, turns out, was an order flow generator for their sister company, Alameda. Alameda got the best orders, everybody else got the leftovers. What that means is that when you're trading on FTX, you get filled less often, and when you do, it's more likely that the market is moving against you. Not just that, but everybody thought their funds were safe there, but oops, they took them and made a bunch of risky bets with them. Voyager, also a case of disappearing funds, also doing shady things with the order flow. Turns out they weren't actually putting orders on the order books, they were actually enforcing their spread, something I had the kind favor of learning firsthand. And it turns out Binance has over 300 of their own accounts on their own exchange. You better believe they're trading against you. Why? Because it's profitable for them to do so. If they are willing to risk legal liability to onboard U.S. institutions, you better believe they'll internalize their order flow. And none of this should be surprising. If you look at the agreements that most of these exchanges have with their clients, they expressly state they reserve the right to trade against you. So what's the lesson here? The lesson here is that if you put a dollar in front of somebody, they will pick it up. And in the cases of the exchanges, and only the exchanges themselves and their favorite counterparties can pick it up. And it's not just raining dollars, they're taking those dollars out of your pockets and putting it into their pockets and hoping it's just a small enough amount or obfuscated enough that you don't notice. Now, all of this disadvantages market participants, but we can prevent 100% of it from happening. How? First, we encrypt the order flow to everybody, including the exchange itself. Deepwaters is doing this using a paradigm called confidential computing, technology called trusted execution environment. Trusted execution environment is very common, it's been around a long time. Just about every smartphone uses it. It's how your smartphone can validate your biometrics without the phone manufacturer or your service provider having access to those biometrics. 2, using a combination of off-chain code and smart contracts, we just don't let ourselves touch users' funds. But, you say, couldn't you just change the code and take all our Bitcoin and run off to a nice oceanfront property in North Korea? Well, no, luckily, the trusted execution environment has something called remote attestation. It creates a black box. You have to know that the operations of the black box are performing as they're supposed to. That's what remote attestation is for. We're taking that remote attestation process in your cell phone. The phone itself is doing the remote attestation. With Deepwaters, we take the remote attestation process and decentralize it. Anyone is going to be able to spin up a client, look at our open source code, essentially audit the operations of the exchange in real time, and get paid to do so. Not only that, but this architecture allows us to retain the scalability and speed of the fastest centralized systems. So now, the next question, does anybody care? Yes, they care. Look, we have community growth, we have sign-ups, the lines go up, and when the lines go up the most, look at this, they go up, you probably can't see that in the back, they go up the most right here in November of 2022. Everybody remember what happened in November 2022? FTX blew up in November of 2022, yeah! People care, they're catching on. They don't want to be suckers anymore. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sasha. So, by now, hopefully, the smartest people in the room are thinking, wow, this sounds amazing! How do I get in on this? Luckily, that is why I am here. So, Deepwaters is currently raising its seed plus round of financing. We're targeting a $5 million raise. We are looking for lead investors and follow-ons. Everybody's welcome to contact us about that. You can contact me. I am Carlton Hoyt again, Senior Vice President of Operations. You can contact me by email, carlton@deepwaters.xyz, or on Telegram, just at Carlton Hoyt. I'll be here all evening. I welcome any and all of you to come have a chat. Thank you for your time and attention, and we look forward to building a more fair and secure future with you.